A while back ago, I was highlighting some features that I absolutely dislike about WatchOS 10. Then, believe it or not, Apple responded and actually resolved some of my complaints by adding one of the features that I requested. And so, in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and highlight all the new tips and tricks and some hidden features you should definitely check out for WatchOS 10. So, it doesn't matter if you're on the Apple Watch Ultra, SE, or the Series 9 Apple Watch, you're all going to receive some love. Let's begin with the first tips and tricks, and that is the capability to finally enable freedom to switch between different watch faces from simply just swiping. This used to be a default feature, but now you have to enable this manually to unlock this capability. So to do this, super straightforward, just go into your Apple Watch settings and then go into clock, and then right here you'll be able to enable the swipe to switch functionality. Now, one of the most overlooked things is the flashlight capability that you could have access to by going in Control Center and selecting the flashlight. Depending on the Apple Watch you're using, right now I'm featuring this on the Apple Watch Ultra, so it could go up to 3000 nits, which is extremely bright. But one of the most overlooked one is the red one right here, because not a lot of people know about this, but just like the always on display capability, this red light is known to maintain night vision. So if you're outdoors or you just don't want to ruin your night vision, switch to the red, which is why this is dimmed down until you actually select it and leave it for a couple of seconds to fully illuminate. By switching to the red one, you'll be able to still see and use this like a normal flashlight, but retain your night vision. And as an added bonus is red is less likely to attract bugs. So if you're outdoors in the wilderness, by switching to the red one, you're less likely to attract mosquitoes around you. So not only is this a great spotlight, but it's definitely a powerful tool if you know what you're doing. And then as an added bonus, Siri can actually launch the flashlight by simply just saying flashlight or even lumens, and Siri will quickly turn on your flashlight. Super helpful, especially when you have your hands full. Now real quick, if you take 2 seconds to hit that like button in the description down below to also allow other people to discover this video, that'd be much appreciated. Moving along, if you have an Apple Watch SE and the SE2, I love these two Apple Watches. The SE, in my opinion, is probably the best value Apple Watch available in the market, but the massive downside to this Apple Watch is that there is no keyboard control like the Series 9 or the Apple Watch Ultra has, which is why I highly recommend at least installing a third-party app that will give you keyboard functionality. The app of choice I recommend is FlickType, but I'm sure you can find other ones available in the market in the Apple Watch App Store, but by using this allows you to have full keyboard access, proving Apple that they could have easily integrated a keyboard on this Apple Watch. Now, since we're still talking about apps, I don't know about you, but whenever I go to the gym, I sometimes tend to forget to start a workout while I'm already on the elliptical or on the treadmill to warm up, which is where this app comes into play. This app is a one-time purchase of $2.99 and it's called Gym Starter. And the reason why I like this app and I recommend it is because I haven't seen another app that does this, where you can actually set your gym location, and as soon as you arrive at the gym, your Apple Watch will automatically just start your workout. So you can select the library of the workouts you want it to automatically start, like elliptical in my case, but you can select the treadmill or any other ones, or even stretching before you warm up during the workout. Your Apple Watch will automatically start that workout based off GPS. As soon as you start walking away, it will automatically end your workout, all automatically and seamless. This app is truly amazing for that reason. Now, by now, we should already be familiar with the Find My Control Center functionality, where you could tap to pin your iPhone, or if you're using an iPhone that supports it, with the latest generation Apple Watch, it will give you an arrow direction, and then of course, if you long hold, you can also pin your device. But let's say, for example, you're in a household, you're in a situation where you just don't want to disturb others around, and you don't really want your phone to make a loud pinning noise. Have you ever considered by just launching the camera app and just quickly switch to the appropriate camera? You could use this as a viewfinder to quickly locate your phone stealthily. This way you don't cause a distraction by pinning your device as you typically would. So this is a nice stealthy trick to locate your phone stealthily. Now, if you have HomePods around your household, by simply just going up to an HomePod, your Apple Watch can quickly control it. So if you have music playing, you can quickly pause and play without having to really interact with your HomePod or your iPhone or the device that's playing audio through the HomePods. To enable this new feature, you need to go into your settings and go into general, and in an auto launch, This is where you go in and enable this functionality. So by having this on, you just tap a HomePod and you control it right here off your wrist. Now, if you have an Apple Watch that supports a double tap gesture, instead of pausing and playing, you could also program this to skip track instead. So to quickly do that, once more, here you're going to need to go into your Apple Watch settings and scroll down into the gesture tab and then tap on the double tap. And down here, you can select skip if you want this functionality. So instead of just pausing and playing, you can just skip track. Now, when receiving a phone call, sometimes you may have your hands full and you can't answer the call right away, or you just don't want to answer the call on your Apple Watch. If you tap on the three dots when you're receiving an incoming call, you could then select pick up on the iPhone. This way, the caller is picked up on your iPhone, and you could just grab your iPhone and just swipe to continue that conversation. This way, you don't miss that call. Now, we were talking about the workout earlier, but a lot of people tend to overlook this. But this 3-second timer can be bypassed by simply just tapping on the display. So, this is only beneficial if you're a runner where you have a 3-second timer to like start sprinting. But most of the time when you're just stretching or you're just doing free weights, just tap the 3-second timer. This way it just consistently just immediately begins tracking. And then as an added bonus, if you go on your iPhone settings and go into accessibility, you can actually mirror your Apple Watch. This is how most content creators are able to achieve this like screen recording effect with their Apple Watch. But in addition to that, this is a good, powerful tool to be aware of in case you accidentally mess up the screen in your Apple Watch and you can't control it. This is a nice little way to override it. Then, additionally, you may also cast this onto like your Apple TV via AirPlay. So if you like to put this on the big screen, this is a nice little clever way to do this. Don't know how it's beneficial, but again, it's a trick that you can find clever ways to utilize it as Apple gave it to us, and it's our duty to play with it, I guess. Another small feature that I'm sure many could find beneficial is the placement of the digital crown. Sometimes when I move my wrist really back, it toggles the SOS or just activates Siri, which is why it's good to know at least you could change the orientation of the Apple Watch, and for this reason, this is why it's popular for those individuals that experience this problem. So by simply just going into your Apple Watch settings, go into general, and go into orientation, and just select digital crown location left. Then just rotate your Apple Watch band accordingly, and that's how you can bypass that. Yeah, the action button's there, but it's more flesh. And then if you have an Apple Watch that doesn't have an action button, there's no way to falsely toggle anything. And there you guys have it. Those are 10 tips and tricks that you could do on an Apple Watch. Again, I really appreciate if you could actually leave a like. But if you like to watch more, I highly recommend checking out this video over here where I go through over 25 cool features you could do with your Apple Watch, including the capability to control your vehicle with just your Apple Watch, so you don't need to carry a physical key. Highly recommend watching that video so you can find out more on how you can do that. Thank you so much for watching.